On a cold November afternoon in 1971, a man in a suit boarded a plane in Portland. Hours later, he parachuted into the dark wilderness with $200,000 in ransom money and vanished without a trace. No body, no money, no definitive answers, just questions that have haunted the FBI for over 50 years. This is the unsolved mystery of D.B. Cooper, the most legendary hijacker in American history. On November 24, 1971, the day before Thanksgiving, a man using the alias Dan Cooper purchased a one-way ticket on Northwest Orient Airlines Flight 305. He was described as calm, well-dressed, and polite. Nothing seemed unusual. But shortly after takeoff, he handed a note to the flight attendant. She assumed it was just a phone number and ignored it, until he leaned toward her and whispered, "Miss, you'd better look at that note. I have a bomb." What followed was the start of one of the most iconic criminal investigations in FBI history. Cooper opened his briefcase, revealing wires and red cylinders. He demanded $200,000 in cash, 4 parachutes, and a fuel truck waiting in Seattle. The crew and passengers were told nothing when the plane landed. Cooper exchanged the passengers for the ransom and parachutes, but kept several crew members on board. The plane took off again, this time toward Mexico City, flying low and slow as instructed. Somewhere over the dense forests of Washington State, D.B. Cooper opened the rear stairway and jumped into the freezing darkness. Vanishing into legend, the FBI launched a massive manhunt. The area Cooper likely landed in was rough, wooded terrain. They searched for weeks on foot, by helicopter, with dogs, but never found him. The serial numbers of the ransom money were recorded, yet no large sum ever entered circulation. In 1980, a young boy found $500 in decaying $20 bills buried along the Columbia River. The serial numbers matched the ransom. It was a clue, but not the answer. Over the decades, more than 800 suspects were investigated. Some were former paratroopers, others ex-cons. One man even confessed on his deathbed, but no one was ever charged. So what happened to D.B. Cooper? Did he die in the jump? Some experts say the weather, altitude, and terrain made survival nearly impossible, but others argue he was too prepared. He chose his clothes carefully and knew aviation procedures.
Was he a professional skydiver?
The use of a parachute and his calm demeanor suggest experience. Was it an inside job? Some think he may have worked for the airline or military. Or was it all a clever suicide, a final act of mystery? Books, documentaries, and online forums still debate his identity. In 2016, the FBI officially closed the case, leaving Cooper's fate to history. B. Cooper became a pop culture icon, referenced in shows like Loki, Prison Break, and even The Simpsons. Bars are named after him. Shirts are printed with his sketch. Every year, CooperCon, yes, it exists, brings enthusiasts together to discuss the mystery. He's the only person to ever hijack a commercial U.S. plane, get the ransom, and get away with it. Who was D.B. Cooper? A criminal? A folk hero? A ghost? The truth remains lost in the forests of the Pacific Northwest. But one thing is certain: his mystery still haunts the skies.